There we go. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Outlet Podcast. And this is my working area over my head. There you go. I got some lovely comics right here. You got Birds of Prey #8, one of my favorite comics, as well as Mad Love, The Death of Gwen Stacy, one of my favorite comics, and a couple more down here. So, what I wanted to do is kind of do a new video, not from my phone and not while I'm driving. I've like I normally do some stuff with my more high quality webcam, but today I wanted to just grab the laptop webcam and actually start like recording some content. So yeah, as you know, my name's Gazy, host of the Outlet Podcast, and we got 38. This is a five, but there are 38 subscribers, faithful 38. If I hit 100 subscribers, I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be very awesome. I think it's gonna be a lot more about you all than myself. I think that's just like you guys spreading the word and actually enjoying the content, and that's what I want to share. It's because I don't know. I can't create. Okay, like I can't create stuff. I'm not like a PewDiePie. I can't be a PewDiePie because personally I don't like the idea of like playing video games. I mean, he gets paid. He's getting paid, but I don't like that idea of doing things that aren't like it's not natural for me. I don't want to turn into a kind of YouTuber who's like always telling you guys about what to buy and all this junk. I think that's disrespectful towards you because this is your tube. It's you, and I look like a personality. I'm just a personality from this side, but you cannot. I cannot become sick and have multiple personalities. There are many YouTubers I'm noticing now who are burning out because they have multiple personalities and they are screwing up their personal lives. There's one guy who I love. He's my brother in the faith, and he had to get a divorce from his wife because his wife didn't support his endeavors on YouTube. That stinks. And quite honestly, that's ridiculous. In my personal opinion, I feel that's ridiculous. So I just don't want to develop something that I'm not, because if I can't create content that I'm content with, then it's wrong and I'm lying. So I wanted to take some time, and I'm holding my little netbook right here. Praise God that I really got this awesome little netbook. And I wanted to tell you guys that I am writing a Christian fiction novel. Now, I've spoke about it on my podcast. If you go to iTunes, Soundcloud, Stitcher Radio, Blubrry, I'll link it in the description. If you go to these forms of media or these areas of podcasts to get podcasts, you'll know that I'm like currently working at it. It's a work. I've been in the process of doing it, and like ever since I was in high school. It's a really legit thing. And what I wanted to share with you all today is that I just submitted 2,000 words in a contest for $100. It's a contest for $100, but I think what I'm most excited for is the fact that I'll be published in my local community colleges, like their book. Like it's like an annual book of poetry and fiction, nonfiction, all this stuff. So I'm really excited and anxious. I just submitted under 2,000 words. I gave them 1,968 words. So that's pretty, that's pretty cool. And I just can't wait to see what they think of it, because Christian fiction, you get a lot of prairie romances. Either you get a lot of prairie romances, which is for like, oh gosh, okay, your single white moms or their mom books, and they subtly lean towards sexuality. Because a lot of these prairie romance novels that are Christian, come on, let's just be really, really, really honest with ourselves. Oh, I don't want to say that. People will try to find release in certain things, even if it's not a sinful release. It's just like gas escaping an exhaust pipe, but that gas is toxic and you can die from it. So it makes no sense to entertain super frivolities. It makes no sense to entertain desire other than the natural way to release oneself. The natural way. Do you guys know what I'm trying to say? Like releasing your desire in its proper exhaust pipe. So to have Christian fiction prairie romances where it's always the same issues, and it's always okay. The kids don't like the mommy. The mommy's different from everybody else in the church. Oh, God forbid that happens. Or it's always a suffering woman and a gallant pastor man. It's always this stupid stuff. To be quite honest, really stupid. Christian fairy romances, I find them to be really stupid. And either you get that or you get the people who try to prophesize about end time stuff. You got a lot of people thrown off from the Word of God because of Left Behind, that series in the 90s that ventured off and took off verses in the Bible to try to show off end time stuff. But it's very funny that when it comes to the apocalypse, America is always successful, and America is the Christian nation, and all other nations are hellbound degenerates. Because last time I checked, I've looked around, and the Christians in America, we're not the most faithful because we're spoiled brats. And there are Christians in other countries who are being killed, beheaded, who they have to walk miles and tens of miles to get water every day. And you're trying to tell me that the Antichrist is going to have a one-on-one boxing match with the President of the United States, who happens to be a blue-eyed white man with blonde hair? That's not cool. So I decided to write a Christian fiction novel. And the Christian fiction novel that I'm writing is about a youth group who are in a church that's on the verge of becoming a mega church. And this is the first time I'm talking about it here on YouTube. I talked about it in the podcast. And they're on the verge of becoming a mega church. They have all these different groups and societies, like mothers, like women with loved ones, or women with loved ones in the military, homeless ministries, street ministry, all these kinds of ministries. They're on the verge of becoming a megachurch. And then something happens. And the church is left darn near empty. And the youth group has been utterly decimated. And all they have is a handful of surviving teenagers who are trying to cope with the reality of loss, as well as what's going on in their personal lives. And the novel that I'm working on, it's in progress and it's working, but it's called True North, and I'm excited. So I'm not excited. If I get $100, all right, great. I gotta pay college textbooks, which is a racket, by the way, and I'll talk about that later. Um, I don't know. So yeah, I'm not excited for the $100, but I'm definitely hopeful for maybe I can really touch people's lives and make some sense out of this senseless time that we're living in for kids who maybe they don't like to read, or maybe they need to have someone to be there by their side and someone they can actually commiserate with. And if that has to be a freckle-faced aftershave or 5 o'clock shadow, Hispanic geek with a landscaping company that he really doesn't like. If that has to be me, then that's pretty cool. So Let me know what you think if you're interested in the content that I wrote. Um, that I'm writing because of what there's just some really interesting things that I'm thinking about. I was wondering maybe I should do a performance of it on my podcast with to get a bunch of my friends together and we can do like live voice stuff. That might be really cool. And yeah, so let me know what you think. For everybody, now I got 39 subscribers. Mr. Purple Cloud, Nick, he saw me at AFO over here in Orlando, the Anime Festival Orlando. Mirari, Dixie, let's see, Brown Cow, Mr. Brown Cow, all of you people. There's a lot more. I think I want to do an actual formal thank you later on the line. Maybe when I get to 100. So continue to share, like, and subscribe, and let's just make YouTube a place for sincerity. All right. My name's Gazy, host of the Outlet Podcast. Don't have my glasses, so I got to search for the off button. Let's connect and recharge.